What's up, guys? Capital G here. I'm making this video because this is my, not ban list predictions, but you know what I would do with the ban list. Everybody and their mama has basically jumped on the boat as far as that fucking fake ban list that came out like whenever ago, 4 or 5 days ago, whatever. And I've actually seen so many people post YouTube videos like Caesar and all this other shit, and I'm just like, if I see that list one more time, I'm gonna fucking scream. We all know it's fake, so it's like, stop posting it, you know? Okay, so basically, first we have my ban cards. Rescue Cat, obviously, just without a doubt the best monster of the format right now. It doesn't matter what you run him in, once you play him, you generally win. I can't say that I ever played him in Glad. Like every single time I dropped Rescue Cat in Glads, I won that game. Whether it be swarming the field with sabers, getting a utility Glad with Glad Beast, or you know, just whatever. He's just ridiculous. I don't want to put the whole, you know, he limits card design, because I feel like if you put that on him, then you got to put that on what's his name, Lone Fire Blossom too. But I mean, even without that, like Cat is still like ban worthy. Second card ban is Cold Wave. You guys saw this coming. Better than True Nade and Heavy Storm. Basically because it locks down all your opponent's spells. It keeps them on the field so that if you play something like Humlai or Gryzarus, you can, you know, blow the shits up. And then it basically says, you know, try and counter me, motherfucker, without using any spells or traps. And most people can't do it. It's just like, it's insane. It's just insane because it lasts 2 turns. I mean, this card is just insane. Third ban card is Mash Driver. Anytime you see a blank card, I'm just going to say it out and just pretend it's that. Mash Driver, the reason I banned Mash Driver and not Substitoad or Ronin is because this just not only kills Frog FTK, but in addition, you don't have to worry about some Japanese kid making a new FTK using this guy in a year or a year and a half or 6 months or whatever. It's like, let's just deal with the problem right now, kill it, be done. Because believe me, Japan will make another FTK for this with Mash Driver. Restricted to 1 cards. Tsukyomi. This card is just not great anymore. There are no broken flip cards in the game right now. I mean, hell, Magician of Faith isn't even good, or she isn't even that great, and she's banned. So, I mean, there's not really much you can do with this with her right now. I mean, honestly, the whole reason it was banned was because of like Victory Dragon, Time Seal, Mask of Darkness. But I mean, Time Seal's banned, Victory Dragon's banned, so it's not an issue. Let's just bring her back to 1. Trivirus is at 1 because Trivirus is just like a bad card. It's 1600, which is like terribly low for something that's not a floater. I mean, a Gear Frame, a Stratos, a Shura, like, will all just rape this card. You don't actually see that many just type decks. I mean, other than like Black Wings or something like that, this card isn't going to do a whole lot. I mean, Stardust destroys it. It's weak as hell. It's water, which is pretty much a terrible attribute. It's just not that great. I mean, honestly, this card could go to 3, but we put it at 1 just to be safe, just so nobody complains. Fautroll has to go to 1 because like at 3 it's just way too easy to get to, even with, you know, 3 Dark Souls and whatnot. That's part of the reason why I don't think at 1 it'll even like kill X-Saber. It's like Saber players can't even bitch about it. It's like you still have 3 Dark Souls. You still have so easily, you have such easy access to this card. What broke Fautroll was Dark Soul and Bogart Knight. I mean, they basically just made it so easy to summon or to get to. So Fautroll at 1 doesn't make a ton of difference. I mean, if you like Mind Crush it or you bottomless it hurts them. So I mean, they can't bitch, so they can't complain like, oh, you're trying to kill X-Sabers. Substitoad, like, I don't even really need to explain that. It lets you dump way too many cards into the graveyard. There's like combos for days with this card and other frogs. Like, Substitoad probably wasn't a great idea of a card. The fact that you can use it so many times per turn, it should have been 1 per turn, but whatever. We just limited it to 1. Rekindling, even though it didn't do anything past Shining Darkness, is still a problem in my book. It lets you summon up to 5 monsters, much like Return, even though you can't use it in the battle phase, and it's not like the monsters themselves are broke. That really is a non-issue. This card is still ridiculously good, and in a slower format, you would see that. Just like you saw it in the first couple months, where people would Rekindling and end up dropping like 2 Stardust and a Fire Dog on you and just like beat your head in. You know, just limit Rekindling to 1 just because of the possibilities of the card. and this is probably one of the cards that's going to make you turn my video off like right now. D-Mock at 1. I mean, let's be real. Like, even if you throw D-Mock into a deck, there are only like 2 good cards under this format that you're going to get, Heavy and Brain. And most of the time, I mean, with Starlight out, you know, I mean, Heavy, maybe not so much. I mean, basically just gives you brain control. I mean, but still, even the investment to summon him, a lot of the reason D-Mock got such a bad rep was because of the fact that the last time it was legal, Reborn and Dimension Fusion were both legal at the same time. Both of those are banned. Defusion was really the big problem with this. I mean, now you have to, like, you know, they're still called a Haunted, or, I mean, you have to, outside of that, you have to resort to using like bad combos like DDR and Escape from the Different Dimension and random shit like that. That's just like not really that good. So, I mean, I think D-Mock is fine at 1. I mean, I think it'd be a kind of cool card to come back, to be just completely honest. Let's see, we got the semi-limits now. Infernity Launcher, I think it's a lot like Whirlwind. 1 basically kind of cripples the deck and makes it really not that competitive. 3 is just kind of nuts because it's like too much shenanigans at 3. 2 is like the perfect number. You saw Black Wings, like 2 Whirlwinds is perfect. Mind Crush, because it had no business going to 1. Like, there was never an explanation on why Mind Crush went to 1. It was never really a problem. There's like no way to abuse it. It's anytime you use Mind Crush, it's because your opponent showed you something, or because like you used it skillfully, like off a Juju Master or Phoenix Windblast or something like that. I mean, it's just not a problem card. D-Draw, again, had no business going to 1. It's nowhere near as close to Allure or the other draw cards that were at 1. You know, Charity, Pot of Greed. This card is like nowhere near that level. And had Destiny Heroes actually been playable this format, like Absolute Zero, I think it would have been an excellent counter to just a lot of the decks, like especially Sabers. They don't really have a way to get around Absolute Zero. They have to like synchro and waste all their shit trying to get around Absolute Zero or whatever. I think Destiny Draw should just be at 2. Like, I think the general notion is most players want it at 2. And then this one is the second card that's going to make you turn my video off if you somehow kept watching. That's Mezuki. I've said it before, time and time again, when Mezuki is at 1, zombies aren't really playable. You see that now. When Mezuki is at 2, they're very good. They'd be a tier 1 deck. I mean, Burial's at 1, so there's only so much looping that could do. I mean, I used to see people do so many loops with zombies. It was just endless. I mean, they don't have card safe return. They don't have 3 Burials. I mean, there's only so much the deck could do right now. They'd have to fill in a whole lot of empty spots. I think Mezuki at 2 is fine. I mean, if somehow you still can't beat them, then, you know, that's an issue then. And then we've got unrestricted cards. Number 1, Snipe Hunter, because this card is like garbage. I mean, when's the last time you've seen Snipe Hunter played in a competitive deck? Like, sometimes I see once every blue moon, like an Infernity player will run 1 Snipe Hunter, but I mean, do you even think it's remotely an issue then? I mean, this card is just so past its prime. I copied this straight from Maurice Brantley, by the way. And then, last card that should be unrestricted is Transmigration Prophecy. Like, was there ever any explanation by anyone, whether it be players or Konami or Upper Deck or what, why this card was ever restricted? I have still not heard one, and it's been restricted for like 4 or 5 formats. I mean, it's just, I don't understand what the loops are with this card, but I mean, let's just put it at 3. I don't think it's going to do anything. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Banlist discussions obviously start a whole lot of debate and whatnot, so, you know, guys, leave your comments down. You know, I expect to see that shit like, Capital G, you're a moron, D-Mock is so rogue, it is insane. But, you know, whatever, that's good. We all have different opinions. I'm going to probably make another video about the actual ban list in about 14 days when I expect the list to come out. So until then, guys, peace, stay frosty.
The Capital G Show is brought to you in part by Rescue Cat and Substitoad. Haters gon' hate. And thanks to viewers like you. Thank you.